Doing our sheep brain dissection. I have my list here and the steps of everything that needs to be identified. We'll first start with the top of the brain here, which is the cerebrum, and that is separated into 4 lobes: the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and the temporal lobe. Behind the cerebrum is the cerebellum here. Going down the middle of the brain is the longitudinal fissure. There's also the gyri or gyrus of the brain, which is the fold, or the kind of folds. And then the black dark looking spots here are the sulcus or sulci, the indentations on the brain. There are 2 sulci that are very important. We have the central sulci that separates the parietal lobe from the frontal lobe in the front. And then we have the lateral sulci, which separates the frontal and parietal lobes from the temporal lobe. I'm now going to turn the brain over, and we'll notice these club-like structures in the front, which is the olfactory bulb. There is the olfactory tract through here. We'll then move on to the optic tract, which is this X-shaped tract here. The optic nerve is the top side of the X-shaped. There's also the oculomotor nerve, which is superior to the optic nerve. And then we have the truncular nerve, which is lateral to the outside of the X-shaped optic tract. So now make an incision down the longitudinal fissure of the brain. And the cerebellum. Splitting my brain in half laterally. And this here is what we are left with, looking at the inside of the brain. In the middle portion, this actually looks a little bit better. So inside the middle portion here of the brain is the corpus callosum, kind of a ridge-like structure. And then superior to that, we have the fornix. There's a small bulb-like structure behind the corpus callosum, which is the pineal gland. And then below the corpus callosum is going to be the hypothalamus. And the large bulb behind that is the thalamus. Just below the thalamus is the midbrain, which is this area, followed by the pons, and then the medulla oblongata, which then forms into the brainstem.